Hey everyone, I'm Robbie Cornthwaite.
I'm Daniel Mullen.
I'm Angelo Costanzo.
I'm Marco Flores.
I'm Marcelo Carusca.
I'm Ian Fife.
This is Casio, and you're watching.
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 And you are watching
Purebred Reds, Adelaide United Fan TV.
Hi, I'm Daniel Mullen, former Adelaide United player and Asian Champions League winner with Western Sydney Wanderers. When it comes to any of my soccer needs, I do my shopping here at Soccer Locker. An Australian-owned and operated business, the store is located at Shop 5 of 181 to 183 Grange Road, Findon. Founded in 2017, Soccer Locker was introduced into the market to fulfil all the soccer-related needs of Australians, providing a huge range of quality clothing and equipment ranging from soccer balls, team kits, goalkeeper gear, accessories and much more. Recently arrived stock also includes stunning retro kits from some of our favourite past eras as fans of the world game. Soccer Locker is a specialist in premier range boots, Adidas and Puma, goalkeeper gear and licensed merchandise. Visit us online at www.soccerlocker.com.au with free delivery Australia-wide. So get shopping now at our Finnan store, open from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. from Monday to Friday and open Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Hello and welcome to the Purebred Reds Adelaide United Fan TV. I'm your host Ellis Gelios in today to preview the big game tonight against Macarthur. It's a 7:15 p.m. kickoff, this one being played in Campbelltown. Of course, make sure you're across it on Paramount Plus and Channel 10. Massive game for Adelaide United. Suddenly the informed team. We can do no wrong when it comes to the second half of games. Macarthur, on the other hand, they can do no right at the moment. They're in really bad form. Ante Milicic just coming out today and saying that this is possibly the biggest test of his career so far as his team looks to really stop this really bad run of form that they've been on. Hosting Adelaide United on Saturday night. Now, I know there's plenty of room for optimism right now as a Reds fan, but personally, I don't want to get too carried away, and I think we need to stay focused and make sure that we bring our A game, because Macarthur, this could be, this could be a sealer for Ante Milicic in terms of he could be packing his bags if he doesn't win this game, and I'm sure his players will want to rally behind him and do the very best they can. So it's a massive game. Really, really excited to be previewing it here in the studios of Flow FM, and we do have to thank our sponsor Soccer Locker for bringing you this video. Now, before we get into the crux of it, let's just rattle off some of the dot points here to go into this preview. Macarthur, one of only two teams in the entire competition who remain winless in the last 5 games. That is really, really dour form, and you just have to wonder, with such an expensive squad that's been assembled, how they've been so poor. I know that every team's sort of been inconsistent or for a period throughout this campaign, but it just makes no sense how Macarthur have been this bad in so many ways. Just stylistically they are missing. There's just no identity that you can associate with them. That was kind of there last season, but they were getting the job done a lot of the time last season, particularly against us at Campbelltown, which I'll touch on in just a second. They had let in 3 or more goals in 4 of the preceding 5 fixtures, so they've conceded 14 goals in their last 5 games, which is pretty dreadful, and that poses a question that I'm going to be asking later on in the preview as well. Meanwhile, though, Adelaide United, we've lost just 1 on the road in the past 7-month period. So let's discuss a little bit more about what to expect out of this game. Now, what scares me is the last time we went to Campbelltown, we did go down 4-0. It was a really drab affair, to be honest, and I think the weather was dire, as it has been in Sydney recently. Look, that is a game that, unfortunately, we do have to cast our minds back to, because it was the last time we went there. We only played them twice last season, but of course in the return game, beat them comfortably at Cooper Stadium 3-1 in the end. But that game against Macarthur, the 4-0 loss was really, really bad, and it's the second time only in our history that we'll be going there this time around. I always like to reflect on the history of things, and I think unfortunately that's not a result that holds us in very good stead. I want to speak about the fact that, given that Macarthur have conceded 14 goals in just their last 5 games, I think it is. I really do think it is. Why are we going there if we're not prepared to put our best foot forward, in my opinion? We're in a good position, and I think they're the ones, that have all the pressure on them, given that we're the away team as well. So I want to see us actually go there and take the game to Macarthur. I don't want to keep trusting this formula that we've been kind of investing ourselves in, whereby we rely on finishing strongly towards the end of the game, because it's going to peter out. It's not going to keep working. And I think we need to start this game strongly and just outplay Macarthur. I want to see us outplay a team this season across two halves. I know we've probably done it twice throughout the course of the season so far, but I really want us to go to Macarthur and just put our weapons on show and really, I guess, just ask our front three to express themselves creatively, and I want to see us dominate the ball. I really do, because I think they're going to try and be compact. They're going to play the way they kind of always usually try and play, and they're a threat from set pieces. I think that's going to be potentially quite an issue for us, but given that I think they're going to be happy for us to have the ball, let's just go for it. There's no pressure on us, so I want to see us really go for it and hopefully get the maximum points on offer, which would be great. Now, Tomi Juric and Hassan Toure, we haven't missed either of them. Two notable departures to Macarthur from Adelaide United at the end of last season. Tomi Juric has had his injury troubles. He'll still be out tonight, which is very, very unfortunate for them, I guess. But Hassan Toure, it's his brother that's making the headlines at the moment, obviously, after getting us that last gasp goal against Melbourne City. Mohamed Toure, that is. Hassan, he just hasn't really been at the races. I think, a lot's been made of him. Now, there was that fantastic moment where he basically did that awesome series of stepovers against the Macarthur players on the byline at Cooper Stadium back last year, and that's pretty much one of the only times he's shown up since the 2019 FFA Cup final. It almost looks now as though he would have been better off staying in Adelaide. You really have to think that, particularly with the fact that we've only really got Hiroshi as the clear 9 option. Obviously, we know Hassan still questions over whether that's even his best position or not, but we know that he can play there, and he might have been more wise actually staying in Adelaide, and probably regrets going over to Macarthur in a star-studded squad, where he's just clearly not the number one choice. But he's getting some more and more involvement. Milicic, obviously, just, rolling the dice on anything he can and trying to get Hassan up for a game to really steal the show from Macarthur. Yet to see it as of yet, but it's that top build signing of Tomi Juric who's just failed to deliver in every way imaginable for Macarthur, and they would be concerned with him, surely, because he was meant to fill the gap of Matt Derbyshire, who's obviously left and had an emphatic season last year, but Juric's just nowhere to be seen at the moment, and we obviously had to cop plenty of that as Adelaide fans, but concerning for Macarthur, that is for sure. Now, changes Carl Veart should make. For me, they are obvious. I don't think he will make these changes, but for me, they are obvious. Zach Clough has to come into the midfield, as well as Josh Cavallo. I don't really care where he plays Cavallo, but Cavallo's assists recently clearly paint the picture that he should be in this starting team, and I'm disappointed that he hasn't been. He's been, restricted to cameo appearances recently, and I don't know why that is, but for whatever reason, Carl Veart opting to go with the same sort of 11 that he's been going with. That midfield clearly was changed up against Melbourne City, and it looked really good, particularly in the second half, so I think he needs to bring more energy into that midfield, and like I said in my preview, I think Juande tonight should start as the centre-back. I don't think either of the second choice options that he's been going with in Trat or Lockie Barr have really staked a claim to be the ones to play alongside Jakobsen. So I think play Juande as the centre-back, and then that frees up another body in midfield. Gives you more options, and I think we need to put more energy in that midfield. I'm not particularly liking it how it's been this season. So I think clearly with Dorigo playing in there against Melbourne City and also the other changes he made, that midfield looked better. And I think that has to be the platform for which he proceeds now with that midfield, Carl Veart. My prediction, I think we're going to win this game. I really do. I'm confident, and I think we're going to win this game 2-1, as we did against Melbourne City. So we'll wait and see what happens. Other than that, though, it's been great bringing you this preview of tonight's game against Macarthur FC. Make sure you don't miss it. Thanks to Fly FM for having us in the studios, and thanks to our sponsor, Soccer Locker, once again for bringing you this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Please share around our content if you can, and thanks so much for supporting the page. As always, I've been your host, Ellis Gelios, and it's been great bringing you this preview of our game against Macarthur tonight. Go you Reds.